Welcome back. Well, it's hard to say if it's going to rain or not this weekend, but one thing we know for sure is that Tucson has a whole lot to offer as usual. And here to give us a breakdown of events is the Weekend Keymaster. That's just your new nickname.
I like being the gatekeeper, the keymaster. Any other Ghostbusters references we can kind of drop in there. I'm okay with that too.
Mr. Greg Curtis, as always, nice to have you on.
Hey, Alex, always good to be here with you guys.
Do you have a green thumb?
No, I have the brownest thumb of all time.
So do I.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad, but if people do or they want to have it, there's a pretty cool thing they can do.
Go develop a little green thumb action. Yeah, Pima County Home and Garden Show. I think that's where you're going, right?
Yes, sir.
Is back at the TCC all this weekend, today through Sunday. 3 days of all kinds of vendors, I mean hundreds of vendors with ideas for remodeling, ideas for improving your home, dressing up, your curb appeal a little bit, anything involving your property, your home place, indoors, outdoors, they're there to help you.
Yeah, big networking event, all sorts of things on display that can give you ideas, give you inspiration.
I love that. You know?
Why not?
Sometimes you see stuff, especially if you're like my wife and I, we love watching that HGTV, you know? And every time you see that, it makes you want to go do something.
Right, makes you want to
turn around and spruce up your place.
Spring into action.
Yeah, so this is a good opportunity to do that. And in fact, we're giving away a $5,000 granite countertop.
Ooh.
You can register if you're at the show tomorrow from 3 until 5. Look for the Mix FM tent. We'll give you a chance to win that.
That's a heck of a thing to win.
Kind of cool, right?
Yeah, it is cool. Now, what if you kind of like watching a little sports?
Who doesn't like watching sports, right?
Some people might not.
You got the big NBA Finals on tonight.
True.
There's some, Stanley Cup playoff action on Sunday. Here in Tucson, we have FC Tucson, the football club. And there's a men's team, and there's also a women's team. And the women are going to be in action tonight and tomorrow. Tonight, they're taking on the San Diego Sea Lions out at Keno Sports Complex, the North Stadium. Tomorrow, they'll be taking on the LA Galaxy. Great thing about this, night games. We like it when the sun goes down in Tucson. Why?
Because it gets cooler.
Exactly.
I thought it was a trick question.
No.
I hope I got it right.
I'm just placing the ball right on the tee for you to take
I'm not
care
good at golfing.
Knock it out of the park.
I'm not good at golfing.
I was talking about a baseball tee, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. See, I don't even know the difference.
You're right. When you said sports, and I said, who doesn't like sports? You said, well, not everyone.
We'll just leave that there.
Musical Mayhem Cabaret. Maybe this would be more your speed. I don't know.
Yes,
We've got all kinds of different things. This is going to be kind of fun, I think. This is a goofy group of people who put on 90s songs by acts like the Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys, Weird Al, Nirvana, and they do their own lyrics to these songs that you know and love from the 90s. And while they are funny, I wouldn't take the youngest children with you if you're thinking about going and checking this out. It's a little bit on the adult side.
It's on the adult side. These guys have been on our show and they gave us sort of a PG performance, but they said, yeah, when you come out, it's not exactly going to be as clean as you saw today.
So just keep that in mind if that's something that you're interested in. But they do this over at the Unscrewed Theater on Speedway, just a little bit east of Country Club.
Such great fun, and you know, if you had a couple brew skis before you went out there, it'd be even funnier.
Okay, I like where you're going here with this, Alex. Yeah, Baja Brew. This is kind of an interesting beer festival. It's called Baja Brews Nuts and Seeds. Why would they do that? Why would they call it that? Well, because these are all craft beers that are made with locally grown nuts and seeds.
Interesting.
Kind of an interesting concept.
So I mean, are hops nuts and seeds, are they nuts?
Oh boy, you know.
I don't know.
I don't know all of the science behind beer. I know what I like when I taste it.
Yeah.
So if you're into tasting, this might be a good opportunity for you to do that.
Well, that's interesting. A nice local flavor.
I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The thing is, with beer makers, wine makers these days, they're experimenting. Coffee brewers, they're doing these new interesting things because they're trying to come up with different flavors and tastes. And sometimes the things that sound the weirdest really come together in a unique, enjoyable way. So Rialto Theater, it's a Sunday evening event at 6 o'clock. They're going to have live music. We mentioned the craft beer, $30 tickets. You got to be 21 and over, of course. You knew that part.
So much variety. And of course, we have Pops in the Park, which people can go out to, and that's going to happen on Sunday. And Greg, as always,
the 1812 Overture this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. You always bring the best events, and people, if they don't have something to do now, then they're crazy.
They're not paying attention.
They're not paying attention. Thank you, sir.
Hey, man, pleasure.
Anytime. Now, for complete details about all the events that we just talked about, visit TucsonMorningBlend.com or MixFM.com. And as always, we'd be glad to mention your event next Friday. Just send a message to our Facebook page with all the details.